Hi Aquarius, welcome to my channel and thank you for clicking on this video. This is going to be your star sign read for the month ahead, and if you want you can just skip straight to the read. I'll have a timestamp in the comment section and in the description box below, but if you want to stick with me and figure out what we're going to cover, let's get started with that. So what we're going to do first is we're going to have a look at the source perspective or higher self perspective of what's going on in your life right now. And that will form an energy check for the read itself, just to make sure that this read is for you. Then we'll have a look at any challenges and or opportunities that you might be presented with in your life at this moment. And then we'll look at some advice and attitudes to adopt, especially if that is you're facing a challenging situation, to help you get through that challenging situation. And then we'll have a look at what you expect to happen with this same situation. And then we'll look at the unexpected, so something that you may not expect or may not see coming. And then we can compare the two. Then we'll have a look at the near future, which is the energies of the next 2 to 4 weeks, which is the month ahead. And then we'll have a look at the long-term future potential, which is the next 2 to 6 months. And I say potential because anything can change with any change that we make or any choice or any decision that we do. If we go in a slightly different direction now, that could look completely different. So if you're not happy with what comes out here, you do have time to change it. But if you are happy with what comes out here, then you're doing everything right. Don't change a thing. It's all good. So with that, I'm just going to jump straight into the reading, and I'll put that over there because I'm going to put these cards in that position there for source or higher self perspective on what's going on in your life right now. And for that, we'll be using the Hero's Journey Dream Oracle. And this is based on the Hero's Journey itself, which is perfect for Aquarius and perfect for this position. Okay, so let's see your source perspective. And I don't read these reversed, so if they do come out reversed, it means something. Source perspective or higher self perspective of what's going on in the life of Aquarius right now. Okay, what's going on for Aquarius? And that's jumping out. X marks the spot. And I'll put my glasses on so I can read that little bit. See the love in disguise. Aww, that's beautiful. That's absolutely beautiful. And this is a relatively new deck, and I actually haven't had that card before. So very unique. I feel like just getting one more card. Yeah. I will note what's on the bottom there, actually. How much good can you handle? Explore the upward spiral of grace. You know, that's just perfect. Probably should have taken it, actually. X marks the spot. I'm going a bit dirty in my mind there, but this is in a completion phase. I'm just going to get what is going to complement that before. Oops, there we go. Okay. All right. Knights of the Round Table, let their love lift you higher. Beautiful. And that's in what I call the initial phase. Like, this is the completion phase, so it's been a while in the energy. So Knights of the Round Table, and I'm actually feeling this is a new one that I haven't, like, interesting that those two cards are cards that I haven't come out in a reading just yet. So it says to me that this is very unique energy. X marks the spot. Unknown. The unknown is your friend. There we go. Lean in to embrace what's next. Oh, that's just beautiful. So let's just put that there like that. And I do want to read up on the Knights of the Round Table. It just feels really important. And I haven't had it before. There's not much in this. It's only just that there and this here. So show me a successful individual, and I'll show you I'll show you someone who didn't want for positive influences in his or her life. I don't care who you are or what you do for a living. If you do it well, I'm betting there was someone cheering you on and showing you the way. Message. Envisage the people you most admire, now and throughout history, seated at a round table with you and your life as their sole focus. Allow your personal Knights of the Round Table to offer guidance on the current circumstance, goals, and aspirations. Lean on their strength. And where did I see here? Lean in to embrace what's next. is the other card. So there's a connection between those two cards. Okay. Lean on their strength, knowing it is a sign of courage, not weakness, to be buoyed by visible and invisible ones who love you. Feel the unique way they infuse you with a direct transmission of wisdom from on high. Marinate, and my cat's looking at me really weird. My cat's actually sensing something here, or someone here. I will just note that. Okay, so marinate in their individual and collective brilliance. Allow yourself to feel, sense, and see genius, gently yet powerfully wrapping itself around you, lifting you higher than you could have ever done on your own. Beautiful. And the mantra is, with my personal knights by my side, I am protected, loved, lifted, and carried. Beautiful. So I want to have a look at X marks the spot. Forgive me if I am doing that. Is there a number? 35. Because it just feels important. Okay. All right, let's just go straight to the message here. Your unpleasant dreams, as well as challenging life experiences, show you precisely where to shine a light to become a more awake, powerful version of yourself. So, Aquarius. These dreams show you where you're out of balance or letting your ego get the best of you. Even though it is counterintuitive, turn towards the things that grab you by the collar. Because I'm not putting in my incense, I feel to put my book on fire. Even though it's counterintuitive, turn towards the things that grab you by the collar, because they are trying to give you an important message. Turn your nightmares into rightmares. Interesting. By asking how they're trying to help you. Then imagine yourself becoming powerful in the dream. That just went right down my throat. It's interesting. That could mean about communication as well. Exaggerate this vision until you feel a shift in perspective. Doing this makes you wiser, more compassionate, and more resourceful than ever. You can greet the unpleasant aspects of life at the door laughing, for you know they come bearing gifts. And the unknown is your friend. So lean into embrace what is next. So it feels like, in reading all these together, like X marks the spot. That's not where I thought that card was going to go. It feels, and like when you have a Knights of the Round Table, you can have an X marks the spot in the middle. That's you. That's what they're focusing on. And it could be like the unknown is your friend. So going by that there's two ways I can read this. Going by the message in the book, if you want to read it in the book, is you're focusing on an area of life that is posing a challenge right now, and you're owning it. You're looking at it, you're searching deep within to find answers, which is exactly what an Aquarian does, and fights for your own happiness. And that's where the sweet spot is. So whatever you're focusing on now, even if you don't have all the answers just yet, that is exactly where you need to be focusing on right now. And you have the support of your guides, of your helpers, of your angels, of your past over loved ones, everyone actually coming in. And it feels like they're supporting you in a more collective way than ever before, because there's something that you've been working on, whether it's been shadow work or anything else. There's a sweet spot. There's something that you've been working on that you've been putting a lot of attention into that has been feeling really good to you and feeling really good to your soul. That is what has attracted this collection or collective of energies or entities that are all focused in on you at this time, whether you're aware of them or not. So I think I'm going to get some more, because this is kind of abstract. This is supposed to be about your source or higher perspective of what's going on right now. And it's also supposed to be an energy check. This is something that you might not be aware of. So how can that be an energy check to know if this is your right read, whether you're not aware of it? So I'm just going to do a separate read with additional cards for an energy check for you. But what the cards and the universe are trying to say is you are being 100% supported in something that you've been focusing on for a while. Like this is in the completion phase, right? So it's actually been in your experience for quite a while. You know exactly what it is, something that you've been working on that is hitting the sweet spot of your soul, of your higher self. Your higher self is going, yes, 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 yes. That is exactly. X marks the spot. That's exactly where the buried treasure is. That is exactly what you're meant to be doing now. And as a result, you've attracted some pretty powerful, like you've attracted knights of the round table. Hello, that's Camelot type energy. This is working with a king type energy. And they're your friends. They're here to support you, but I don't think you're aware of them. Okay, so I'm just going to do an initial energy check with energy cards. They're called the Energy Oracle, just to let you know that this is your reading, because this is something that you're not aware of. So how can you know whether this is your reading or not? Maybe you've been sensing it. Certainly there's something that you've been working on for a while now that is making your soul come alive, and that is making your soul go, yeah, that is what you're here to do. So that could be an energy check onto itself. But let's just get some further information for an energy check, just so you know you're in the right read. Yin Yang. This is certainly balancing you out. 2-2 is another, maybe if you're into Roman numeral or numerology, I should say. Let's put that there. There's definitely something balancing you out. There could be a balance of masculine and feminine energy. So maybe you're balancing those feminine and masculine energies within yourself, or balancing things out in your life, or whatever it is that you've been working on has balanced you out. And I just feel I need to just get one more, and that should be enough. I'd say that's in the realms of the heart. So it's man holding a heart and in the completion phase. So I would say that it's in the realms of relationships. And it's on earthly matters. So I'm going to put this away, because I'm just not going to, I'll leave it there actually. And if I have to move it, I will, because these are additional cards. I wasn't going to use them. At 7th chakra, Archangel Uriel, but in the reverse. So I feel that this is more of a earthly nature, most likely in the realms of a relationship. But this feels additional to this. This was just to let you know this is your right read. This is to confirm this is what is going on in your life. I don't think that this read is going to follow on from this. I think the read is going to follow on from whatever, because this is your calling. This is something that you have attracted the guides towards. So about, because that is what is the strongest message. And I feel that the rest of the reading is going to reflect that rather than this. But this is just additional energy check for this read. So I would say that the person that you're with, there's a relationship that you're with at the moment, or a person that you're with at the moment, most likely a relationship that is grounding you, and that is actually, if you're a woman with a feminine energy, this is a man who is giving you some masculine energy just to help balance you out, or vice versa. Just take it as it resonates. If you're predominantly in a masculine energy, there's someone who you're with, most likely a romantic partner, that is bringing a feminine energy to help balance you out, and together you are actually quite balanced and grounded. Okay, I think that is enough to let you know that this is your read. I'm about to go into now challenges and opportunities, so that also could be a further energy check. And I'll be using the Tarot of Dreams deck for that. Okay, so challenges and opportunities. Well, I've got a challenge of shuffling these. Here we go. Let's try that again. There we go. That's better. And one more time. Challenges and opportunities for Aquarius. I think we're in the age of Aquarius too. Just thought I'd add that. Okay. And I read these in every direction. So we've got the 9 of Wands. That looks like a challenging energy to me. And I'll put that a little bit underneath. Again, I am trying to save space. And the Palace of Coins, or Palace of Pentacles. And that's coming out of the reversal. That's reversed, and it's coming out of the reversal. And on the back of the deck, you got 7 of Swords, upright. Okay, so let's just put that there. All right. So this looks like there's a challenge that you're either going through at the moment or you're about to be presented with. The Palace of Coins can talk about money, investments, tangible things like houses, stuff, materialism. Especially in the reverse, it can talk about materialism or potential financial struggles. The Nine of Wands is talking about taking a break away from something that has been very, very challenging to you at the moment. So, and the Seven of Swords here can speak to deceit. So there's something that possibly you're reevaluating or you're going through a it feels like I want to say trial or tribulation period in your life. So perhaps you're going through a temporary though, financial struggle that is sort of like a rite of passage. Or you take this could talk to maybe, you've got a gazillion bills at the moment and you're just sort of taking a break from life until you get back on your feet with your money. And that could be taking its toll. So it could be there's something on a material level, on a financial level, where it's posing a little bit of a challenge and you're just sort of taking a bit of a step back. Perhaps you're viewing the financial situation or the financial situation of the planet at the moment as being something that is deceitful, being something that is not fair, that is not right. When you look at things like inflation, increased fuel prices, increased rates, increased interest rates, it is something that you feel is an ongoing battle, having to pay constant insurances and electricity bill, and it just feels like money just it feels like you're not going to give up, but it doesn't feel right to you. It feels wrong. It feels like this whole economic system is a lie and it's designed to make you very battle weary. So that is a challenge that you're facing at the moment, and it could also be a further energy check, but really any star sign could have got that, and that could be true. I'm just going to put that out there because we're all going through it. But perhaps there has been something recently on a material level or on a financial level where you've had some struggles, and maybe you had to be a little bit crafty in how you manipulate your finances. So an example could be, you're due to pay your mortgage or something, and you're not going to get paid until 4 days after the mortgage is due, and you just sort of, what, I'm not going to pay my mortgage until I get my money in, something like that. You're having to manipulate a little way with finances. So that's just a challenge that you're facing at the moment. So let's have a look at any advice or attitudes to adopt during this time. So we're still to get to the unexpected and the near future energies to see what's coming up. Any advice or attitudes to adopt for Aquarius? Okay. And this is using the Seeker Oracle. Advice or attitudes to adopt. There we go. Seek inspiration. I feel like getting one more with that. Let's put that on top of the feather. You still in shot? Yes. And then I'll read an underlying. Oh, straight out. Trust in science. Okay. And underlying that, your path alone. Awesome. Okay. So I'm going to move that over that since it was additional cards anyway. That's like that. And let's put that there like that. Perfect. And I'm also going to get additional advice and attitudes to adopt from the Mystical Wisdom deck as well. So this is your path alone to take. And I feel like this is now speaking back to this. This feels like it's a temporary thing. It could also be an additional energy check as well to make sure that this was your read. It just felt like these are standalone, and it's just something that you're going through at the moment, and it is temporary. Now it feels like the advice is coming back to this, because this is the main thing, whatever it is that you're working on and focusing on, which is accessing your sweet spot of your soul. The advice there that this is your path alone, and to seek, as in, when it says your path alone, I see that as a human level, on a human level. But when you seek inspiration, you're not alone. You've got a whole bunch of knights around the round table supporting you. And what the advice is there is to seek inspiration through them. When it's married up to trust the science, and this is going to be weird, it's going to sound weird, but what I immediately thought of was astral traveling or out-of-body work, because that has actually been scientifically proven to be true. There's been a lot of tests done, and a lot of evidence to support that. A lot of companies and a lot of government companies actually utilize this. I'm just going to take a drink, just 1 second. Because when you combine science and spirituality, that's when you get the truth. So perhaps you are of a science mind and you're looking for the what is it, the big theory of everything, that thing that connects everything, and where the true truth lies, way beyond string theory, going into quantum mechanics, but from a spiritual perspective. Maybe if you're a scientist and you are looking into going out of body and actually finding answers to questions via that way. There are scientists that have actually done that. Can't remember their names. I wish I could. If I do later, I'll put it in. But seeking inspiration, like say if you, let's go with that example. If you are a scientist, that's the sort of minds that you are attracting. If you go out of body or you go in a dream state or a meditative state and you seek inspiration in that way, I'll look at other perspectives of these cards in a sec, but you seek inspiration in that way, you are going to be accessing their information and their knowledge and their wisdom, and they are going to inspire you when you seek it, when you ask for it, when you seek out the information yourself. And trust that. And what they can do, say if you are channeling, they can actually channel some scientific information that can help humanity. That's one aspect of this. Seeking inspiration could be actually talking to someone who is of the scientific mind to get inspiration or a new perspective on something that you're working on. But ultimately, it's your path alone. It feels like there's information that is going to come through to you that is going to be groundbreaking, possibly in a scientific, tangible, evidential way. Because science, when you create an experiment, that experiment has to be repeatable. And for when someone repeats it, then they can get the same result. Then it's classed as evidence. So it feels like you're on a quest to find something that is of a tangible nature that can prove the spiritual concepts. That's an example of what this energy is talking about. So let's just get some more information from this wisdom. That was really deep. That was really, really deep. So it's your pathway. So this is more advice. So the advice is to trust the evidence. Seek inspiration. You'll get inspiration. You'll apply it. That application of it will yield results. Those results are evidence. Trust in the evidence. If you want to change science out with evidence, that might help. And that is your path to just practice that and create a belief system, or create a path, sort of like a breadcrumb path, proving what it is you're setting out to achieve, but in a factual way, in an evidential way. So it can be repeatable. People can actually see the truth in this that only you can see right now. But it feels like that you can get inspiration on a higher level on how to do this. Okay. So ask in whatever way feels comfortable to you. So If you are someone that listens to your dreams, information is going to come that way. If you listen to synchronicities, information is going to come that way. If you listen to your gut instinct and you get an urge to go in a direction, follow that. You get it through meditation, you get it through tarot, whatever it is, do that thing that you do to get inspiration, because they're here ready to give you that information that you seek, that is in alignment with something that is touches that sweet spot, that sweet spot in your soul. Trust that they're there. They are. You've attracted them, because this is important. What you're doing is important. Okay, so just more advice and attitudes to adopt. It could be related to that, or it could be something separate. Advice or attitudes to adopt. And I found that the advice and attitudes to adopt in all my readings is something that has just flown through the entire reading and has been incredibly amazing advice. Okay, vacation, and I need my glasses. Take time for relaxation and adventure, and this is advice, self-explanatory really. And that one, choices, make the best choices. So simply that could mean make a choice to just take some time out for you. And I would say, because this is already in your life, you've actually made the choice to do that. You may not have actually done it yet, but they're saying take some time out for yourself. That's what these cards are saying. Sensuality, express your sensuality. And then when you do that, let's just put that there. When you do that, do it in a way that makes you feel good. You can take a bubble bath. You can go to a day spa. It could be, exploring with your man or your woman, that person that balances you out, and just really go there. Take some time out to savor the pleasures of life. Savor the pleasures of your body. Eat amazing food and nourish your body. Do things that make you feel good outside of this as well. It's important, because that's what's going to balance you out. You need to be balanced and you need to be aligned, because this is a very, very important, I was going to say mission, but it's a very important direction. The information that is going to come through, it doesn't feel like it's come through yet, but it's there for you to access. It's important for humanity. Whatever this information is, it's important to humanity, because it's going to marry up the spiritual side and the 3D side, like the 5D side and the 3D side, the spiritual side and the science. And it's going to make people who are of the 3D mind, it's going to build a bridge between the two. Let's just leave it at that. That's what you're doing. The way you're looking at it is going to build that bridge. And because someone who is looking from a 3D perspective or a science perspective only can't see the spiritual perspective. And the reverse is true as well. What you're doing is marrying the two and building that bridge for the two, so both sides can see this perspective of the other side. With the information that you're gathering and having access to is that middleman, is that middle ground. So let's have a look at what you expect to happen. And this is the Crystal Visions deck. And they're just so pretty. Okay, so what do you expect to happen with all of this? Let's have a look. Okay. And it comes flying out. Queen of Pentacles. You expect to boss this up. You expect that. And I'll just have a look at underlying as well. The Hermit reversed. So I might put that there. Okay. So you expect to come out like, and the Hermit is right under the unknown is your friend. So this is something that you've been either meditating on or formulating in your mind for a while. Maybe you've got you've written a book maybe, or you've put some processes together. You actually articulated it in your mind, but to a certain point. So after that point, you're going to need to seek inspiration from these people and come out of hermit mode. So you're going to boss it up. You're going to own it. You're actually going to take some tangible action in this way, or take the action of seeking inspiration. And that is going to lead to something concrete. The Queen of Pentacles, or the Queen of Pentacles is in the completion phase. So this is a full expression of this card. Again, balance is noted here. So you're going to be really balanced. You're going to be really aligned. You're going to be, the Queen of Pentacles is someone who can balance like a small business and a family, run a family, make sure everyone's fed and everyone's clothed, and balance it out really well and boss it up. It's the ultimate boss energy, who is very, very fair, very, very balanced, and very, very knowledgeable, very wise, very motherly type energy. So it's something, this is what you expect to happen. You expect to do that. You expect to come out of hermit mode and actually move something in a more concrete way, possibly turning this into a business. You do expect this to actually, if you are turning this into a business, you do expect to make a bit of money from it as well. But you do expect things to move forward, and you do expect it to be in a very positive way. Okay, so let's have a look at the unexpected. And this is called learning tarot cards. So if you are just learning tarot, cards like these are very beneficial. They've got little explanations on the bottom as to what each means, and I'll read them out. So unexpectedly, and we'll be comparing that. Okay, and I'll put my glasses on for these. Knight of Wands energy. And the Knight of Wands is, I think you're going to move faster than you think. This is going to happen faster than you think. Being hasty, quick decisions, ambition, generosity, a journey, sexual adventures. And I might say that the Queen of Pentacles, sensuality, man holding a heart, don't rule that out. So perhaps the sexual aspect of your life, or the sex with your partner, is actually going to be taken to a new level, and it's going to be very, very satisfying. Why not put that out there? This is part of you taking some time out. Okay, active, ardent. I don't know what ardent means. Energetic people, negotiators, debaters, competitors, sportsmen, those who love a challenge. Okay, so I feel like I just want to get one more, and then the underlying for the unexpected, and that just flew out. The Lovers reversed. Disharmony. Oh, there we go. Disharmony, trust issues, imbalance, conflict, disconnection, lack of accountability, disunion, and detachment. Okay, and underlying that, the Nine of Swords. Okay, so the Nine of Swords, I won't read that, otherwise I'll be reading here forever. Okay, so this is unexpectedly that there might be some movement in an area of life where you think the worst case scenario is going to happen, but that is just in your fear. So I have a feeling that maybe some fears might come up with regards to this, and that's going to be unexpected. I think it's going to take you by surprise. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the Gateway Oracle and on top of that, just to get some advice regarding this energy, this unexpected energy. And again, you could seek inspiration from these guys or take some time out, use this advice for that. But I want to get advice for this specifically, or just some further information or a higher self-perspective on that. Okay. Revealing radiance. My light illuminates the world. So I have a feeling that unexpectedly, like maybe you might move too quick, and I'll just get one more. I'll just get one more. Accepting what is. I accept and embrace my inner majesty. Okay. So, and on the back of the deck, which I might not put here because I don't think I'll have room, savoring pleasure. I fully embrace bliss in my life. Okay. I am going to keep that there because it's reflecting something else. Okay. So I feel what this is saying is something is going to happen. Like, you're going to want to move fast on this, because the Pentacles is a slow moving energy. And I think if you move too fast on this, you may burn out, and it may actually bring up some fears within you about whether you can do this, whether whatever the fears are. I have a feeling that those fears, they're not something that you're a stranger to, and perhaps the fears are, I don't want to move too fast on this. I want to slow things down, because you want to take a vacation. You want to actually take it's perfectly okay to take a break from your life path, because that's probably part of the life path itself. So, and to reevaluate what's truly important to you, and accept that that's okay. Accept that maybe you're not going to be running at 100% all the time. So I think you do expect to come out, you do expect to boss this up, but I feel that unexpectedly something's going to happen where you're going to go, you know what? I'm actually going to choose some time out. I'm going to choose to take a step back from that. Doesn't mean you don't think this is important at all. It is important. And possibly this is the information coming through these guys. It's like, you've been working too hard on this. You don't want to burn out. You do need to take some time out and look at other areas of your life that are also important. Because if you are having any doubts or any fears that are coming out about the worst case scenario, about anything like that, they have the potential to threaten this whole thing and turn it all upside down. The advice, like every other read that I've done, is just so important to do that, to take some time out and take some time out to chat to these guys and get some information. Maybe you need to take a little bit more time to actually make this happen. So unexpectedly, there's going to be it's going to be a time where you're not going to want to move as fast as you initially thought. Maybe you're not going to, or this movement or whatever it is that you're wanting to do may not happen as fast as you thought, and that's perfectly okay. That's perfectly okay. And sometimes you might need to actually take a step back and and get that balance back and then get back onto it. Time is an illusion. You've got all the time in the world to make this happen. Don't think that you need to rush it. So that's what's going to be unexpected. So if you do need to take a time out, don't see that as failure or anything that your limiting belief system wants to offer up. It just means that you're human and you need to take some time out. So let's have a look at the near future. Let's have a look at the next 2 to 4 weeks and see what's coming out for you. And this is, whoops, a really bad shuffle. That's what that was. This is the Mythic Tarot deck. It's 20 years old, and they just don't like shuffling. This is my very first tarot deck. I'll just do one more shuffle. Okay, you know what? And I think you'll begin to accept that, and like the more you take time out, the faster it will be for you, ironically, paradoxically. If you try pushing yourself too far, you'll go out of balance, and these negative fears and limiting belief systems, worst case scenario, may actually buck you a bit too much. So definitely take this advice out on board. Okay, next, 2 to 4 weeks. Okay, so you've got 5 of Pentacles coming into the reversal. So whatever, and especially up here, we're talking about some sort of financial block. Maybe you don't have the funding just yet to move forward in the way you want. The 5 of Pentacles coming into the reversal means you're coming out, you're soon to come out of a period of financial strain. So perhaps you need to wait until you've actually got your finances a little bit more in order before you move forward in some way. Just get some more, just to clarify that, next 2 to 4 weeks. But you're coming out of a period of isolation, especially with the Hermit reverse there. So just let that take the time it needs. But you want to see the 5 of Pentacles reversed and 7 of Pentacles. Awesome. Perfect. Okay. So you're going to come out of a period of isolation, or out of a period of being left out in the cold, or out of a period of financial strain. And then when you come out of that period, it's going to give you an opportunity to review everything that you've done up until now and where you want to move. And it's really important to let these Knights of the Round Table have a say in that, and actually allocate time to speak with them and commune with them, because they're going to help you with this consideration. This 7 of Pentacles, it's about considering. I always see the 7 of Pentacles as like turning a hobby into a business and considering whether you want to take it in that direction. It's either, take a risk and go in that direction, or do what you've always done and play it safe. But it's a choice card. It's a period of deliberation. So I feel that perhaps your money's going to turn around, or you're going to be offered money, or you're going to be offered some sort of opportunity that is going to change your perspective somewhat And this reading, looking at this, it looks so busy. There's a lot going on. There's a lot of energy being moved around. And that's why you need to take time out, because on an unknown level, on the background level, what's going on in the background, a lot is going on. You're going through an energy shift that is just massive. And that's why you've attracted this sort of energy. So take the time to move through it. Because if you rush it, I don't know if your belief systems are, you know what, even if you do rush it and you get these belief systems come up, then you're going to see them and you're going to get a chance to clear them anyway. So, either way, it's a win-win. But I would say be okay with taking it a bit slower than what you expect. So if it's a project, the project might take a little bit slower, but because it's not moving fast on a 3D level doesn't mean there's nothing going on in the background. The exact opposite is true. And my feeling is once that articulates and orchestrates in the way that it's meant to, once everything's in its place, so it'll be interesting to see what happens in the next 2 to 6 months. But for the next month, your finances are going to start to turn around. You're going to start to get some choices about a direction that you're going to take that might be actually a little bit different to what you intended or what you expect to happen. But it's still going to be in a very, very positive direction, and it's still going to be in an alignment with your sweet spot and what you're wanting to do. So, back of the deck, you're going to be 100% in your element. Queen of Swords is how I see Aquarius, 100%. So you're going to be 100% in your element in the next month. I would say it would be within around 2 to 3 week mark where you're going to start to really feel this. So something's going to happen where, perhaps you've just, an example of this is you've had a whole bunch of bills that you've had to pay off and you've been really tight up until now. But, those bills are done now. And, for the next month, things are going to lighten up a little bit in your finances. And you're actually going to have a little bit more room to focus on what you want to focus on and get back into your Queen of Swords energy. And I think part of that is giving yourself permission to take a little bit of time out. And maybe the next couple of weeks, that's what's going to happen. And I will say at this point, I am an Aquarian, and that's exactly what's happening to me. This is going to be my second last read, and then I'm going to take a couple of weeks off. And so you can take some, this is just not me reading it because I'm an Aquarius. That's exactly what the cards are saying. And in that time out, take that time to actually commune with whoever it is that you commune with, whether it just be your own higher self, whether it be your own higher self, you might journal. That's how information might come through from whoever these people are, because there are energies, entities that are gathered around you that want information to come through that you haven't heard yet. So in this time that you're taking off, talk to them. Take the time to talk to them. And it feels like they're going to offer you a slightly different perspective towards what you're, the same goal, the same sweet spot for your soul, but maybe a slightly different perspective. Or maybe taking the time out in and of itself might offer that perspective, saying, you don't have to work that hard. You can still actually achieve what you want to achieve and not have to work that hard. And maybe also a side note, as any limiting beliefs that come up, do the shadow work. You're an Aquarian, you know exactly how to do that. You'll own it. All right. So let's have a look at the next 2 to 6 months then. And this is the Gateway Oracle. And this is a huge deck, and I've got teeny mini hands. So shuffling is a bit of a challenge with this deck, but that's all right. I get it. Next 2 to 6 months for Aquarius. Oh, there we go. Perfect. Next 2 to 6 months. Oh, love it. Love it, love it, love it. 10 of Cups. Well, 10 of Water, but that's 10 of Cups. Family, love, blessings. This is ongoing contentment in the realms of the heart. This is for example, a marriage that just keeps on giving. This is a creative project that just keeps on giving. This is the happily ever after card. Basically, it's a wish granted on a permanent, ongoing basis. So this, whatever this temporary setback is, it's just temporary. It's just only in the next, possibly even 2 weeks, because within 2 to 4 weeks, you're going to be back in your energy. You're going to know where you're going. You're going to know exactly what you're doing. You would have communed with them, whether you intended to or not. They're sending messages anyway. And you would have considered possibly a different way about it, or you would have taken time out and you know exactly what you're going to do. So and this is just in the initial phases. So I would say within probably 5 weeks, 6 weeks, this is going to really manifest itself in your life, certainly on an emotional level. So let's just get another one. Next 2 to 6 months. I feel like leaving it there because that's awesome. Oh, look at that. Ah, look at that. All right. So you've got King of Fire, which is King of Wands, in the completion phase. Inspirational, charismatic, innovative, that's how you say it, and Ace of Wands. Oh, love it. In the completion phase as well. Opportunity, creativity, action. So if anyone knows how to utilize the Wands energy, it is the it's the King of Wands. I just got distracted there. I'm just, because I've got more room, I'm just going to get a little bit more, just to a little bit more, because this is awesome. Oh, okay. Oh yeah, and look what come out. I should have done that in front of the camera. Sorry. The Empress, completion phase. I don't know if you could get any better cards than these. Creation, abundance, action. With the Page of Earth, which is the Page of Pentacles. Studious, prepared, cheerful. And is that in shot? Yes, it is. Okay. All right. And you know what? I think that will do. That will do. All right. So that's perfect. So the King of Wands is someone who inspires others. Who's a good example of a King of Wands? Tony Robbins, someone like that. So there's going to be, out of this time, in the next 2 to probably towards the 6 month mark, because these are all in the completion phase, maybe there's going to be an offer, potentially even on a tangible level, on a financial level. To an example of this would be someone comes across what you have to offer and they want to enlist you and they want to pay you for your services. And those services will be something in the lines of motivational life coach, something like that. Because they see your benefit and it's going to be a long-term contract. That is an example of what I'm seeing here. So there's going to be motivation, strong, insanely strong motivation to move in a direction that helps inspires others and helps them nurture themselves. You're going to have mastered nurturing yourself. And you're going to know how to balance that out. You've got the Queen of Pentacles there and you've got the Empress there. That is the two most motherly, nurturing energy cards in the entire deck. And there's going to be some sort of message that comes through. The message could be what you provide, but whatever this is going to be, long-term happiness. And it's going to be something that is going to secure that in a long-term way. Nothing is going to stop you. You're going to then find, like, once you've made that, there's still a choice to be made. There's still some sort of consideration. It does feel like something is going to go in a slightly different direction, but you're going to know exactly what that is. Queen of Swords is also my telepath card, so maybe you might be able to channel, might be able to access an information. That relationship could be with them. But what I'm going to do now is I'm actually going to do exactly that. I'm going to tune into this energy, and it's right around the savoring pleasure, sensuality, choices, go on a vacation. And, oh, amazing. So I'm just going to tune in. Just give me a couple of seconds while I tune in. It is going to feel like a vacation, whatever this is. There's going to be some sort of opportunity presented to you that is going to make life feel like a vacation for you. It is going to happen as a result of something that's being considered over the next month or within the next month. It feels like there might be some sort of external influence or some sort of external help. but on a tangible level. That's what it feels like. That offer is coming in from an external source who is going to see your value, because you're going to be right in your element, right in your element. And that element is going to be connected with this Knights of the Round Table backing you up. I would say that whoever this external force is will be sensing that as well. I'll see what else there is. It feels like you're in a feminine energy, and the energies of these people here, very masculine energy. And so is the wand suit, very masculine energy of action, inspiration, motivation, inspiring others, leaders creating leaders. And I think I saw leadership in here somewhere. I saw leadership in there somewhere, or I sensed it. It was leadership. Anyway, this is, I'll just tune in deeper, just one second. Okay, you're going to receive idea after idea after idea. You're going to be an ideas person. The ideas that you're going to come up with will inspire others into action. That is going to be the main thing. So that's why I keep getting life coach sort of energy, sort of vibe, inspiring other people into action. So whatever this message is or offer is, it's a tangible one that is going to nurture and support you for a very, very long time, potentially for the rest of your life, if you want it to. And that is going to help you get right into your humanitarian self in order to inspire others and encourage others into their own greatness. All right, so let's just see if there's anything else. But beautiful, amazing times ahead. This is awesome. I don't feel I need to do anything else or say anything else. Then, like the only struggle is going to be in the next couple of weeks. Watch your mind, watch your limiting belief systems. If they come up, clear them. You know how to do that. Take the advice of any information or inspiration that comes through these people, because they've got a strong message for you. You may change course slightly, but in the next couple of weeks, finances are going to turn around or begin to turn around. That is going to give you options to move forward. And then when you do move forward in the next 2 to 6 months, things are just going to absolutely almost magically happen for you. And you're going to be 100% looked after, nurtured, cared for on every level. And you're just going to know exactly what to do and exactly how to move forward, and it's going to feel amazing. It's just going to be ongoing contentment, ongoing happiness, ongoing wish fulfillment for a very long time, and at least for the next 2 to 6 months anyway. So, kick back and relax. That could be why it's saying take a vacation, because you might be able to do that. Beautiful read. Excellent. Well, thank you for joining me, Aquarius. I really appreciate your energy and my own energy, I must say. And this reading is awesome. And if it applies to me, yay. But if it applies to you also, that is just amazing. So if you have, I'm taking requests as well at the moment. So if you have any ideas, if you want to drill down further about any reads, any pick a cards reads that you want me to do, put that in the comments section below, and I'll absolutely do that for you. If you liked it, like, share, subscribe, do all of that. But until I see you in my next read, which will be a pick a card, I'll say thank you so much and bye.